Here, I'll give a brief walkthrough of the new tool North Carolina will be using for the application to the StRAP Streamflow Rehabilitation Assistance Program. The Disaster Assessment and Reporting Tool, DART, combines the EWP and StRAP applications. Grantees will be using the same Survey123 app to apply to each program. Survey123 is a mobile and desktop app, meaning you can find it on any app store, including the Microsoft and Apple stores. Before you can start, you'll need a little setup by downloading the Survey123 app and downloading the appropriate survey. Both can be found on the StRAP Disaster Recovery website. From StRAP, go to Disaster Recovery in the menu, and links to the surveys are here under DART links. Both links link to the survey, depending on if you're using the desktop version of Survey123 or the mobile version and want to scan a QR code. To download Survey123, you'll go to your App Store, Microsoft Store, find Survey123, and download and install it. Once you do, you can click the link or scan the code, and it will install the correct survey automatically and open it. You can find all the links you need to get started here, including installation and guidance PDFs and trainings. To walk through the remaining setup, I'll use the Survey123 desktop app to show you what it looks like. For StRAP, you do not need an account to sign in. You can simply use Continue without signing in once you've downloaded the correct survey. When you do so, you'll see all the surveys that you've downloaded to your device. Here we want the StRAP form. Before you do this, you can use the menu on the main page here to change some settings. You can enable location sharing if you're on a mobile device, or you can change the text size and accessibility settings to make it easier to see the survey. To start a survey, you'll use the blue Collect button at the bottom. If you've already submitted surveys, you can use the Sent folder or the Outbox folder to access surveys that are in progress or already sent. Surveys need to be in the Sent folder to be saved to our records. You can also, on the main page, check for updates. The surveys will update periodically. To check, I recommend checking for every site visit. Hold somewhere in the white space and drag down. When you see the words Release to Refresh, you can let go, and if there's any updates, there will be a banner at the top telling you to install them. Since the survey is not complete, we will use Survey123 Connect to see what the StRAP survey will look like when it's out. The StRAP survey will be broken up into 3 pages. On the first page, you'll see general information about the survey. You can see here a message telling you which counties are available for StRAP Round 1. The second page starts out with 2 questions that are not required for this survey, but you can answer the application submission and priority questions. If you review the site and you know you're going to submit it for StRAP or EWP, you can click yes, and if not, you can select no. For priority, you can select whether this site would be your highest priority, medium, or lower priority site. You will also have an option to do this in the form site application when we are done collecting the surveys from this round. The most important things on this page are the site local name and site location. Please give the site a unique identifier here, and make sure your site is showing correctly in the map. If it's showing correctly and you are online, you will see latitude and longitude autofill to the correct area. If you're not online, they will not fill in, so the next time you're online, when you go back into the outbox, you can click this button to refresh and it should automatically populate. If not, the latitude and longitude are the only things that really matter, and you can enter these manually. The third page, has the rest of the general information for the survey. You can update the site visit date if you're collecting it at a different time than when you first started the survey. And you can select your county. There's a drop-down list, and when you select a county, it will automatically populate what it thinks is the sponsor. If this is correct, you can simply select it in the list, and if not, you can click the X and pick your sponsor name from the list, or choose Other and add your sponsor name here. You can add investigators as whoever visited the site, and you can add a damage description. There are hint messages under the questions to give you an idea of what to type into each field. So here, we're looking for a description of the damage at the site, any property being protected, the potential environmental and cultural resource concerns. Next are photos and maps. There are no maps required for this, but if you have any, you can add them here. And to add these, just open the box here, and you will have an option to add a map from a photo, or an image from a photo, or from your files. We do recommend taking any pictures with your camera, as that stores them on the device and is a way to back up your surveys if you plan on submitting the outbox first. You would submit to the outbox if you are offline and cannot send your surveys immediately. Otherwise, we recommend simply sending your surveys as soon as you're done with them. The next piece of information you need are repair needs and a little bit of information about your project. So you can select whatever repair needs make sense for you. We have 5 to choose from for StRAP, and then you can add your estimated stream length and total cost estimate. These can be rough estimates, but this cost estimate should include the engineering, permitting, and any administrative costs. You also have a section to add details on the StRAP point locations. We recommend adding at least a start point and an end point, and you can use this gray bar here to add multiple points. So if you'd also like to add location for a logjam, a large logjam, you can use this map, set your point for the logjam, and give it some details. Once you've done that, you're good to go. We also need some information on the benefits. So the number of structures, utilities, the amount of roadway, and the acreage of farmland benefited. You can detail any other benefits in this box here. Finally, we do need to know if any other work has been completed or is planned to be completed on the site. If you selected no, there will be no other fields, but if you select yes, we do ask for a brief description of the work already completed and still needed. It's important to know that StRAP cannot be used to fund work that has already been completed by another program, but you can supplement work that's been done if another program has left behind an error and not completely fixed the issue. When you're ready to submit, you can click the checkbox in the bottom right, and on the live survey, this will bring up an option to save it to the outbox if you're offline, or to send now. And again, we do recommend sending surveys as soon as you're done with them. You will have access to the sent folder and the outbox if you're using the same device and you need to go back and edit a survey. At the end of the StRAP round, we'll collect any remaining info we need through FormSite, including the prioritization of sites that you've submitted, as well as information on coordination you might be doing with other grantees. For any other questions about this or other parts of the StRAP process, please reach out to the Division of Soil and Water Conservation.